Here on my channel, we've talked so much about how to find your most flattering shades of colors according to your color season. But one point we haven't quite touched on is how to find your best prints and patterns. So in today's video, I'll be showing you how to find your best prints and patterns if you belong to the spring color season category. So if you want to find out which new patterns and prints you should rock this year, then make sure to keep on watching, and of course, as always, watch until the end. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new. Happy holidays. If you don't already know me, I'm Isabella, a certified image consultant and a fashion enthusiast, and welcome here to my channel, Concepthree, where I help you transform your wardrobe, your image, and your lifestyle. In today's video, I will be showing you how to find your most flattering prints and patterns if you belong to the spring color season category. So according to the 4-season color analysis theory, there are 4 main seasons, which include autumn, winter, spring, and summer. And then for the 12-season color analysis theory, each season is broken down into 3 subcategories, which in the case of spring gives us bright spring, true spring, and light spring. And then based on a combination of your physical characteristics such as your skin tone, eye color, hair color, you have a personalized set of colors that are going to flatter you the best and make you glow. So whether you happen to be a bright spring like me, a true spring, or a light spring, I'm going to show you all the little tips and tools you'll need to best choose your prints. So overall, when choosing your best prints and patterns, a lot of the ones you'll find for the spring color season category are florals, tropical prints, fruit prints, geometric prints, and stripes. So starting out with my actual color season, which is bright spring, we are going to take a look at the characteristics just in case you're not sure which subcategory of the spring season you belong to. You're likely to be a bright spring if the overall color aspect of your appearance is bright, and then the secondary aspect is warm, meaning that warmer colors suit you better than cooler ones. Your eye color is likely to either be bright blue, green, topaz, or brown. Your skin color can range from fair to medium with either a warm or a neutral undertone. And lastly, your hair color can be medium or dark golden blonde, copper, auburn, or medium or dark brown. And here you see the color palette for bright spring, which are a lot of colors that are very tropical, vibrant, and kind of intense. So these are the colors that you're gonna wanna make sure that are featured in prints or patterns when you're shopping for new clothing. If a pattern contains some but not much color from a disharmonious palette, you can also wear it. However, the last example contains too much of a disharmonious color, which is a soft summer gray, which is both muted and cool, not a great pattern for my bright spring people. So now let's talk about contrast. And contrast is essentially how dark and how light 2 elements in a pattern are in comparison to one another. So here we have a pretty high contrast with the black, the cream, and the pink. So being a bright spring, this is a great example of a print and pattern that works well for me. Some great patterns for a bright spring are dotty, busy, creative, and geometric patterns. Hand-drawn elements are also good since this subseason borders on winter. Natural floral patterns are best avoided. However, if you want to wear floral patterns, opt for stylized flowers. So now that we've seen the basics, let's go ahead and take a look at a couple examples of people who are a bright spring and which patterns and prints really work for them based on the design and also the color. So the first example is me. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, I actually made this reel, which is super fun. You should follow me at concepthree, and I have a lot of great content there, so I'd love to connect on Instagram. But anyways, going back to the concept, here you can see that I'm wearing a lot of the colors that are in my color palette, this sort of like kind of tropical pink and orange, and then you have white and black as contrasting colors. So basically, since my coloring is highly contrasted, I should opt for patterns with higher contrast between the elements rather than 2 ones that blend together too much. And next, moving on to Adriana Lima, who is also a bright spring. You can see here with this dress, she is rocking a lot of the colors in the bright spring palette. And she has a sort of abstract print, which works well for her because it's bold, it's vibrant and bright, which is perfect for a bright spring color season. Sorry to interrupt, but I want to take a moment to ask you to like the video if it's helping you determine which patterns and prints are going to work for you. It really helps out my channel and helps other people discover this content as well. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. Let's get back into the video. So next, moving on to True Spring, this is going to have a lot of the same rules and colors, but it's going to be toned down a little bit more and a bit more true to the spring color season. You are likely to be a true spring if the primary color aspect of your overall appearance is warm and then the secondary aspect is light, meaning that warmer colors suit you better than cooler ones. Your eye color is likely to be warm blue, warm green, light hazel, or topaz. Your skin color can range from fair to tan with warm undertones, and lastly, your hair color can be medium golden blonde, strawberry blonde, copper, light golden brown, or medium golden brown. Next, moving on to your color palette. This palette is going to be bright and vibrant with a lot of the same tropical jewel tones as bright spring. However, it's going to be a little bit less saturated and more toned down. And it's also going to feature pastel colors that are more complementary to the true spring color season. So now in terms of the best patterns for the true spring, the best patterns are always going to contain true spring colors like in the first example here. If a pattern contains some but not much color from a disharmonious palette, like in the second example, you can also wear it. However, if the print contains too much of a disharmonious color, such as a true summer yellow, which is way too cool and muted, this is not going to be a good match if you are a true spring. So avoid these at all costs. Now talking about contrast, the true spring is going to want to feature a medium to high contrast with prints and patterns. So in terms of your best patterns and prints, you should go for elements that are not too small and not too dense. I would avoid very small and very big elements as well as stiff, square, geometric patterns. So now that we've learned these basic guidelines, let's take a look at a couple celebrities and outfits that they're wearing that work for them, who also happen to be a true summer color season. So here in this first example, we have Mandy Moore, who is wearing this woven Missoni abstract print dress, which is gorgeous. And this is an amazing pattern for the true spring because, like we said, it's busy, it's creative, and there are some geometric patterns that are neither too big nor too small. And you can see that 4 of the colors in the spring color palette are present in this dress, these sort of spring pastel-y colors that are still warm while staying vibrant. The next celebrity we have is Blake Lively, who is wearing this simple tropical print jumpsuit that features white and green, creating a very highly contrasted look, which is going to be a great option for the true summer color season. So since her natural coloring has medium contrast, this pattern reflects the higher contrast rather than the lower one, which is going to blend too much and not be the most flattering. So overall, I love this sort of tropical look, and this is the exact same green that is featured in the true spring color season palette. So now for the final subcategory of this spring color season, we have light spring, and the patterns and prints are going to be a bit different than what we saw for bright and true spring. You are likely to be a light spring if the primary color aspect of your overall appearance is light, and then the secondary aspect is warm, meaning that warmer colors suit you better than cooler ones. Your eye color is likely to range from light blue, light green, light hazel, and light brown, all very delicate colors. Your skin color can range from fair to medium with either a neutral warm or even a neutral undertone. Your hair color can be light golden blonde, medium golden blonde, strawberry blonde, light copper, or even light golden brown. So your color palette, being a light spring, is going to include a lot of the warmth and vibrancy of the spring palette. However, it's going to be a lot more toned down and delicate, with a lot of influence from the light summer color palette as well. Now, for your most flattering prints and patterns, if a pattern contains some but not much of a color from a disharmonious palette, like in the second example, you can wear it. However, the last example contains too much of a disharmonious color, which is a dark winter lilac, which is way too dark and cool for your color season. Now moving on to contrast, this is a lot different than what we saw for bright and true spring. So since your natural coloring has very little contrast, you should opt for patterns that reflect this natural low contrast level than ones that are too bold. So in the example here with the white and the pink flamingos, both patterns are in a light spring color and definitely wearable for you. However, the second pattern of dark green and pink displays a higher contrast between the two elements and is thus less flattering. So overall, some really flattering patterns for the light spring are dotty, busy, creative, and rounded shape geometric patterns. So you can also try delicate natural elements such as flowers, butterflies, and birds. And the elements should be small and dense, never being too big, stiff, or geometric in nature. So now that we've seen all these details, let's go ahead and put it to test on a couple celebrities and see why these prints and patterns work for them being a light spring color season. So in this example here, we have Amanda Seyfried wearing a Valentino floral crochet skirt, which is absolutely stunning, and the colors that are present in the skirt are literally 5 of the colors that are present in the light spring color palette. So here you can see that we have a lot of floral going on, and although it's bold, it's not too busy for this color season. And also, since all of the colors are basically similar in intensity, the contrast is not too high for the light spring. So now we have Dakota Fanning, who is wearing this delicate floral print dress, and this is a really great option for her because number one, immediately I noticed that the contrast is very low. You can see the white as the base, and then the print is in these sort of warm pastel, very romantic colors, and 5 of these colors here you can actually find in the light spring color palette. So sticking to the low contrast and the kind of floral elements, this is a really great option for a print if you are a light spring color season. So which category of the spring color season do you belong to? Are you bright, true, or light? I happen to be bright. Go ahead and let me know yours in the comments below. I'm curious. And yeah, I hope this video really helped you understand how to choose patterns and prints for your specific color season. If you're not already part of the channel, make sure to click the subscribe button along with the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my videos. I make videos weekly on fashion, image, and transformation, and I would love to have you here with me. Also, if you would like to book a consultation for color analysis, I would love to work with you, and you can reach out to me and book that by writing me at concepthree@outlook.com. I would love to find out your best colors and patterns and prints. This being said, thank you so much for watching. Happy holidays, and stay safe, stay smart, and stay leveled up. I will see you in my next video. Bye.